So my question is regarding the social media post that the WP put up yesterday. So the party has highlighted 15 policy proposals that was later adopted by the government. So but critics have long labelled the party as being PAP-lite. So how does the party draw the line between constructive opposition and policy conversions, and what distinguishes your policy proposals from the main parties?
Okay, so just to be clear, when we put forward our policy proposals, we don't take reference from what the PAP does and say, okay, let's make a different policy from what the PAP does. What we do is, firstly, we listen to our constituents on the ground. And that's the benefit of having elected MPs. Elected MPs are able to listen to the constituents week in, week out, during meet the people sessions, during house visits. We hear the feedback and inputs from our residents. And from that, we can make an assessment about whether or not the current policies have gaps. And if there are gaps, then we'll put forward the policy proposals. And if they happen to align with the PAPs, well, we make no apologies for that. And what we have discovered is that on quite a number of our policies, for example, our redundancy insurance policy, which we have pushed for many years, you see them being resurfaced by Labour MPs after a while, and somehow it makes its way into PAP policy. So I don't make any apologies for having similarities with the PAP, and I think we in many ways we are leading the PAP in many of these policies. But really, it's not a contest about who is first and who is second. What is more important is that are the policies fit for Singapore? Are the policies benefiting our residents, benefiting Singaporeans as a whole, and benefiting Singaporeans in the long term? So we don't just look at the immediate term. An example is what my colleague James mentioned just now about our redundancy insurance scheme. We had proposed that the scheme will be funded by workers and employers in equal measure as an insurance scheme. So the workers and employers will pay into premiums into a redundancy insurance scheme. And when they get retrenched, then they can draw down from that. The PAP scheme involves just taxpayer dollars in terms of funding the unemployment benefits that we are giving out. Well, we're not saying that that's necessarily always wrong, but it's just to illustrate that our policies look at the long term as well. We're not just looking at giving out short-term handouts, but we're looking at the long-term sustainability of many of our proposals.